Okay, please add your names to the attendees section. And today we have a lot of webs to discuss. So we'll start with the webs. The first one is about passing the MAC address to the sidecar thingy. I see you got comments from Eddie. There's also an LGTM. Benya, did you want to talk about this?
I think we were both reaching an agreement and that things were looking kind of fine to both Ed and Orel, I think, but they can confirm as well, I think.
Okay, so this one is getting some attention.
Rene, can you please share your screen?
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry. Yeah, now you see it. So yes, I was talking about this web and it has an LGTM and there's ongoing review process on it. And now I'm moving on to the next one. This is the web about persistent MAC address. I know Aurel has reviewed this. I reviewed it a bit. I do not have any comments as of now. Eddie has some comments, and did you want to discuss something about it?
Just to make it more visible and make people aware that we have this web, so more people will be able to join the discussion.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to the next one. This is the one about decoupling the network attachment definition from keyword. And Nir, do you want to talk about the recent updates?
Yeah, the recent update is that it's not approved yet, and I'm trying to find out if the root approvers what is holding them back and if they plan to approve it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, have you seen the comment from Miguel, the last comment? He asked to state some facts or some assumptions in the document.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what's blocking me now.
Yeah, but it's blocking if he's right. Like, what's the problem to specify them?
There's no problem if it.
So I think it just don't give any reasons not to keep this going. Like, sure, I think it's better to if it's like makes sense, then just do it. It's showing that we care.
Okay, I'll add it.
Okay, the next one is Web 140. So this is about live updating the NAD reference. I addressed some comments here and this is also ready for review. Please take a look when you get some time.
Are there open issues? Can you please, if anyone knows about things that are open, it will be better to raise them here over hoping that someone will reach it. Are there any controversy topics?
Right now, no. I see Nir had some comments. No, that's from before. Right now, no. I have addressed Oral's comments and I need more reviews.
So my personal concerns yesterday, I haven't seen the latest change, were about the integration with dynamic networks controller and what we will do in some edge cases.
about the hot plug and unplug, right? So I was thinking maybe we can like change the this part so that it looks at the diff, and if the diff is only in the NAD reference, then it does not send a patch. And if something that keyword controls like the MAC address, interface ID, or something else is also included in the diff, it sends a patch.
Problem is how to tell that something was changed only by name or namespace. Like it can change both name and namespace. So how will you know? You can, for example, look at the interface, but I'm not sure if it's sufficient. Like I need to think about it.
I don't understand. If the reference to the network attachment definition is changed in the CNI annotation, it should not be. We should not reflect it. That's it. What do I miss?
We need to understand what is the situation, like whether only the NAD reference changed or what else changed.
Oh, but that's you do you mean that's like it should currently it's I think it's we do not we do not know or care what changed, right? So
Mm.
what is needed now is a whitelist, right? Only if this whitelist changes, then we are changing the notation, right?
So the open patch that I have about the multis annotations, that PR, it should take care of hot plug and also unplug, I think. So apart from that, if we have any other changes, it should not send back uh, like a patch.
Yeah, I mean that's the easiest, I think. Like if you do a dictation, you are not reflecting it on the you are not going to reflect it on the pod annotation, on the multis network notation. Just not reflecting. If it's adding or removing an interface, that's it. That's yes, we reflect it because we know multi supports it. If we need to edit something there, doesn't matter what it is, we should not do it. Does this make sense?
Maybe I should do like a little POC on the existing multis annotations PR that I have to see if it actually works, and then we can make sure it works.
I don't know what you mean, but logically, you have. Why do I hear myself?
Because of me.
Um, so if you have a current state, right, and a calculated state, you calculate a new state about a new network annotation, right? The new pod annotation. You calculate it, and you identify there are some addition and some removals. Those you reflect. But if you detect that it's a you detect there are some things like existing records are changed, existing ones are changed, then those ones you are not going to change them. That's the whole thing. The only logic I think is needed here. Is it I mean, and that's the only thing that I expect to see in this web. I mean, the implementation may be complicated. I don't know, but in the sense of logic, this is the logic.
For this web, maybe yes, but we have another issue in parallel where we want to preserve the external fields added to existing annotations. So maybe that these two logics together would might be a bit complicated
But why are they connected? I don't understand.
because we're looking at the same annotations. And but yes,
We
this
are
is like a change in the existing field, and that's a new field. So yes, it might not
Yes, an
interfere.
existing field that we don't want to change. We do not want to change. That's it. And that one, I think it's maybe included even here. We do not want to change existing fields. We are not going to change them because we do not expect Multus to know how to handle editation of an existing field. It doesn't know actually. If we think about it, it doesn't know. The only what it, if I understood correctly from your feedback, is that it when an existing field is edited, then it interprets it as removal and addition, which is wrong.
Oral, you have your hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to say that if we want to put this logic first and ignore the logic that exists on the other PR for
Mm-hmm.
ignoring um, fields that we don't know, like we can do it. Put this PR on hold and wait for it, get this logic merged first, and then get back to it. Like the person that originally posted the bug, the issue, I'm sorry, and the PR, we've requested his review or his feedback several times, and he didn't answer. So probably it's not that important to him if he didn't feedback us, and we can wait with it.
Yep, that's okay with me.
But by the way, is it really colliding? This is what I'm trying to understand.
It should
I
not
think
collide, but if we put this change first, it would make it easier to make the other PR, probably.
Okay. So
Oral, what do you think?
I will suggest you not think about it really. Like you're looking at this web, forget about other things. Just focus here. Describe the logic here. That's it. It doesn't matter about the PR. We are not at the PR level. You could delay that one if you want, but it's not relevant. I think for the web, I'm saying.
yes, I agree. If you'll just write that in case there are both additions and change, then we will take only the additions and removals, but not the change.
Okay, so I will add an extra line, which like a extra paragraph or section, which explicitly mentions that we do not take any changes to the existing well annotations. I can do that. Yes.
Okay, just one, not without pressure, Ananya. Just note that we are in like spare time now already. So if someone wants something to get in, I don't even know if until the end of this week is enough. I don't know when people are going to their vacation. So we better finalize everything now.
I wanted to
Okay,
make at least like reach an agreement within our team by today so that I can raise it in the web call tomorrow.
sure. But just think, I think it should be just simple and that's it. We do not need to complicate things. Even if
Mm.
it's wrong, by the way, this is something that it doesn't have to be perfect. Like even if there are some holes, then people can review it. But even if it will be wrong in the end, then we will fix it. It's not super broker, I think.
Mm.
Yes, we are mostly interested in getting this web merged so the work can be merged in Kublet 1.8.
Mm. Okay, I will update my web and I will ping people. Next, we had the past beta delay, which was merged. Just an FYI, past will be postponed. The beta of past will be postponed to 1.8. And then we had the upgrade path for old VMs using the old naming scheme of the interfaces. That web. So this was also merged, and it had a corresponding web on which it depends, which adds a hook to modify the domain of like target domains. So it should be in the description of the web. Next, we have an issue. So we had an issue about failing IPv6 tests, and I think my patch about the cloud init and all those things, this thingy, should have fixed it. So looks like I do not have the permissions to close this issue. Who created it? I think Near. Maybe if it's okay, you could close it.
Sure.
Okay.
Ananya,
Mhm.
you move from the webs out. Is that can people here confirm that this is all the webs that are in the list? I mean, the ones that SIG network cares about, or somehow related.
I can confirm that these are all the SIG networks VEPs, assuming Benat's memory-related VEP moved to SIG compute.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, we moved that one to compute. You're right.
Yeah, we will need. I will need to review your web there because um, I will need to review it. Just I need. I hope I will remember.
Yeah, and Vladik tagged you, Eddie, to review it.
Yeah, but Vladik and I are discussing about how the API should look like. As long as I'm aware, Ed, you and Vladik already had like an offline discussion about it and talked about the possibility of having one Boolean flag instead of a counter or something like that. But I have some concerns about it, especially when I'm not sure if that's even a possible possible. It is possible, but I'm not sure if it's like a feasible use case of having like two VDPA devices connected or attached to a VM. But in that case, I think we will hit like some issues if we have like a volume flag instead of counter of number of devices or conditions that would like to lock memory due to one known issue about how devices using IOMMU actually lock memory, and that locked memory is actually advertised or counted by the kernel. Um, but yeah, that's something that we can discuss in the verb itself. The concern I have about the Boolean flag is just that with the Boolean flag, yes, you know that you are required to lock some memory or to extend the existing memlock or limit configuration, but you don't really know how many times you actually need to take the PM memory into account when extending it. And it's not because you are, let's say you have like 1 gig VM. It's not like you are locking 2 gigs. It's because two devices are locking the same memory range of 1 gigabyte twice, and it's counted twice. It's a known kernel issue, but there it is. I don't know. Libert
It,
actually
it,
takes that issue into account and
it's
counts it
part of
twice in.
IOMMU, right? It's the way IOMMU works, right?
Yeah, it is, as far as
Yeah,
I
but
know.
I think I think the suggestion currently is that let's spend only 2 minutes about this. Hopefully,
Yeah, yeah.
the current situation is that we have a means to extend the memory of the overhead for the VM. Maybe in a not a nice way, but there is an existing thing today. But that one does not mention if the memory is locked or unlocked. And if some of the configuration requires locking, then it will lock all of that memory. It doesn't know how to lock only part of it. It will just say, okay, this is the extra memory that you need. All of this memory is locked now because
Yep.
you have a device that requires it. Now, I think the suggestion was that we will express this memory extended memory explicitly, and it will have a flag that will say, okay, lock it or don't lock it. It does not calculate for you. You need to calculate what is that memory that you need beyond beyond. I mean, you know that you're going to put there two interfaces, then you know what is the memory that you need, or you know what is your VM needs, which sounds much generic and simpler than letting the logic of how much you need to add memory to through some other mean. But again, it's it will probably not get the everything, but we should get something that you could work with. And if later you will see that it is not enough and it doesn't scale well or anything like that, then we could suggest something else with a specific example.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So back to issues. I had this one on my list and I'm trying to remember why. Yes, so last week I remember, Near, you were working on some failing tests. Is this related to that one? I see this issue open from like April and I wanted to see if we should do something about it. And this is also Fedora 39.
You're muted.
Yeah, sorry. That has not been running end-to-end net.
So this, if you will scroll down to the end, this one is still quarantined, and for some reason, it is not reported in our lists of quarantine tests. So tag Daniel Hiller. Maybe he can have a look. Why doesn't it show up in our list of quarantine tests?
Okay. Next we have the PRs. We have two from Orshoval that fixes the CI test. This one fixes the external connectivity and it needs review. I will take a look at it as well.
Oh, I guess what did he just open it now? Yeah, 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually all opened the PR and it was targeted at release 1.4, I don't know what. And then luckily Orel noticed that. I don't know how he noticed it, but he requested that Or Cheval creates a new PR to main, and we should first fix main and only then backport it. And if we do backport it, it needs to be properly, what do you call this, decorated, tagged. Let's see.
Reasoned. And yes, this PR was surprising because it was targeted to release 1.4, but it didn't have the release 1.4 title. So I noticed it by accident, basically.
Anyway, I think that myself and Orel should revisit the new PR now. I guess it's the same code as the old PR, but we need to revisit it.
So please ping me when this PR has an RGT.
Sure.
And he has a second PR which waits for the guest agent connected before login because it creates flakes. This one has an LGTM and needs an approve.
Yes, there is a little discussion here. I need to answer to this discussion.
Okay, what do we have next? This is Orel's PR about the converter. I did not get a chance to look at it yet, but I will take a look. And this one needs, okay, this one already has an approve. And it needs an NGTM. Orel, did you want to speak about it? I skipped and I went to the next one.
Yeah, this PR is very small. It basically reduces our dependency on architecture-specific logic. Following this PR, we would still have a little bit of architecture-dependent logic, and it will be removed in a follow-up. But basically, what this PR does is removes two calls to the Arch converter inside the network domain configurator and replaces them with a little boolean. That's it. It would simplify the future unit test, like it will reduce the number of permutation that we will need to test.
And then we have something on the Slack channel. I see Eddie has suggested something. Do you want to talk about it?
Isn't this too old already? Oh,
It was about MacVitap
IPAM
network
integration.
binding plugin. Yeah.
Okay, so Eddie had a suggestion, and
the only thing that I was a bit unclear, I don't remember. Just check the documentation. We should mention it is not, it's just a reference. What we have is a reference. We should not say that we support it. I hope this needs to be very clear there. Otherwise, people think we are somehow committed to this.
It's like there are, for example, there is this issue, if you remember, about MacVitap not setting the tap device permissions correctly inside the Vert Launcher pod, and people are complaining about it both on the MacVitap repository and on KubeVirt. But they are encouraged to contribute the code change to the MacVitap repository.
Yes, from my perspective, you could move all the references to its own repo, but the problem is it requires some work. But if someone wants to take it as a side project, then feel free.
hello. Next, we have the two items from the mailing list. First is a scheduled call about gathering requirements for network DRA. It's in like a couple of hours from now, more than a couple of hours from now. Please feel free to join here. This is on the mailing list. And the second one is from Near. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. So we have a problem. Seems like a bug in the product that some errors are not bubbling up. Some errors that occurred during pod creation do not bubble up to the VMI and VM. And I've noticed it with the CNI errors. So whenever CNI fails for any reason, then we see an event that is created by Kubelift. And in the context of the pod, but it is not visible. If you describe the VMI, you will not see anything. It looks like it's just pending, and you will not see any event. So I'm trying to get some attention to this, that somebody would say if this is a bug, if it can be fixed, how can we approach this?
You can just, I think the what Alex said is accurate. So it's what what you are asking is an enhancement to existing what we have. The covert itself is only propagating the pod conditions. It does not propagate events, but probably it should. Like what I mean is that a possible solution is that there will be a controller that hears the events, that monitors the events, and it can react and add condition to the VMI or forward the events to as VMI events or VM
Yeah,
events. So this is like a new addition.
yeah, that was what I was thinking. We don't have any controller today that listens to events.
I think the only listener of events is in the end-to-end test. So I think not, and it sounds like a good enhancement. Like it will really help the project. This kind of things will be raised.
Hmm. Okay, thanks. I'll think about it and maybe add it as a web for the next version or something like that. I
Okay.
see that Ram has joined us.
I was cordially invited by the work group team leader. So
What war group? It's a SIG.
you, I
I'm not
say
a war
yes.
group. It's a SIG.
You
As
saw
Aurel
me
is the
stumble
leader.
my words. You know what I meant. Yeah. But yes, I was invited to in order to push for my VEP.
But you missed it. We already talked about it.
And did you talk good things?
About you, yes. About the web, we said that it was,
Well, Aurel has brought up some issues offline that I need to check. Mainly that changing it might raise the master reboot flag on the VM, which is problematic, but that's something I need to check. And in the meantime, everyone that has a chance to take a look at this very interesting, very intricate web is invited.
wow.
Yeah, I have interest in this web because it's like 70% KMP killer. So I want this in so I can kill KMP or I can help kill it. Maybe it's very interesting that the author of KMP is actually also the one that going to kill it. So we are in
I'm
a
not,
good situation.
I'm not the author, I'm the maintainer, but yes,
Yeah, but you are like the father.
I am the
But
grandson, but yes.
by the way, maybe this VEP also have the potential to help with the VDPA binding plugin in a sense that it would preserve MAC addresses between migrations, at least some of them.
Yes, it's not only for it. I think it's in general. It can help. It can help synchronize between the source and destination. And if we think about it, if we generalize this one into other things like PCI, it can even do that. Like for PCI, for example, we for host devices, we do not we have no assurance that the PCI address will be preserved because we unplug and plug it on the target. And when this happens, there may be changes in the PCI address that appears on the other side, and that can cause problems. I think Aurel, you mentioned that there was someone that complained that the interface name changed.
Yes, probably his PCI address has changed as well, but I cannot know it for fact. But I assume that this what happened.
Yeah, but we could leverage this to extend it to PCI as well.
Are you talking about the SRIOV that didn't preserve interface names?
Yes. Anyway, please review it. I think it was reviewed only by me and Oren.
It's in my review list as well. The one
And
that you
Ram, I'm repeating to what I said to Anania as well before. You have only very few days to finalize this because the people are going to vacations, and after that we'll not have any for sure approvers. So better finish it.
Yeah, I realize that like even if it does get approved, it's going to get approved behind a feature gate, and that means that we're still going to have to do a solution in-house in kubemapple. So that's kind of
No,
a if
it's not
what?
correct. In general, if it gets, for example, approved as beta, then there is a trick that we use already, and the trick says that you approve it as beta, you start implementing it, you finish it, and for the next version, like usually the covered when covered GA, right? Then it branches, and immediately after you can send a request for GA on this specific feature, and then HCO, for example, can assume this is going to be GA for sure, and it will enable the beta by default. And
Yes,
there is
but
another PR that is now in the work that enables all features beta by default enabled. It's in parallel.
nice. But the thing is that this change is comes in alongside with the change that breaks and needs to be fixed on kubemapple that breaks cross namespace. But I guess it's like we will still need to do the change so that for 4.22 kubemapple will not break cross namespace migrations, but we can totally in parallel get this VEP as I hope beta for this for 1.8 and push it then. But even if it goes after, then we can still push for it. I just think that it's a good thing to invest now. So you're right. And thank you.
So thank you. And now to the open floor. Anyone has any agenda to discuss?
I prepared the song. I'm just kidding.
Yes, please.
No, no.
Let's have a network anthem. All right then. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
day.
Bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
You.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.